Hey guys, before the video begins, I just want to start off and say that this is all based on my opinion with the drama that's going on with Marvel Rivals. I'm not taking sides. I'm just speaking on my personal belief and basically relate on a molecular level. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, comment, and keep that subscribe button to make sure you stay up to date with the channel. And yeah, it is time for me to give my honest opinion about the support drama that's going on with Marvel Rivals. So here goes nothing. Hey guys, Super Saiyan 30 here, and the Marvel Rivals community is in shambles, and it's not looking so good because now every single support or strategist main is going on strike, and there's many reasons why they're angry and furious because according to some big top level streamers such as Necros, Flats, and basically etc., they are saying that the support role, well, the strategist role is basically the easiest in the game, and people, well, all the strategist mains are not getting appreciated as they supposed to. People are going around saying, "Oh, this is the easiest role in the game. It doesn't take skill, blah blah blah, yada yada." And here's something you guys gotta realize: this shit is basically deja vu in a nutshell. Because how do I know it's deja vu? Because this shit happened before, way back in the Overwatch days when the game was basically released before Overwatch 2, saying that support is brain dead, etc. etc. Now, don't get me wrong, I play support here and there in competitive and sometimes quick play, but never have I ever basically looked down on a role just because, I play something different. Not only that, I play support, and sometimes I have fun playing that role, despite me not being the best support main. I try my best to be my best with that role because I'm not going to kiss no role's ass or no side's ass at all because I'm speaking on my belief and my opinions and what I've seen through via experience. And before anyone in my comics section say, "Oh, but how do you know?" I bet you basically peaked platinum, high diamond in fucking Marvel Rivals. No, bitch, I actually reached celestial rank last season, so I know exactly what I'm saying. I know exactly what I'm coming from with this situation. So shut the fuck up and listen. Without further ado, back to the topic at hand. So there's some conspiracy that's going on. People are going around saying that this role is brain dead, it's easy, blah blah blah. And Necros went on a huge ass rant about support players. And people worldwide on TikTok, Twitter, every social media is furious. And I don't blame them. And I know exactly how most of the support mains feel. Well, strategists, I need to stop saying support. Strategist mains, I know how they feel. And not only that, why are they making saying things about the role when that role is literally the second role with the least amount of characters? As far as I know, the next new character we're going to be getting in the next few weeks or so is Ultron. But that's still not enough because there are more vanguards than strategists in Marvel Rivals, and that's sad. But as soon as we get our hands on Ultron, it'll be basically even. We have a total of 9 Vanguards as of now, and I think we have a total of 8 strategists in the game. Because the latest new strategist was Invisible Woman, so Adoy. But people are saying that the role is just basically just easy to pick up, not that difficult, and that's a lot of bullshit because I can basically be in the shoes and I can speak for every support player knowing that this role takes a lot out of them because they gotta do 3 things: not die, keep their team up, and be ready to counter any ultimate that the tank or the DPS throw at them. So basically, they got a lot on their plate. They got a lot of problems on their shoulder. They have the burden of the team in their hands. Now I can understand the frustration of the strategist mains with that, but you see, I'm not the type of person to turn a blind eye on Cap, because if I spot bullshit, if they get toxic, I got the right to say something. Because one game I think I had, and this was on my YouTube video, the Luna main, the worst Luna I've ever seen ever in a day of my life, was judging our team comp because it didn't look well. And then he started to say GG and W's in chat because we were losing team fights. And 9 times out of 10, this jackass is playing Luna Snow when they're playing Star Lord. And you guys don't know, Star Lord's ultimate can be countered easily by Luna Snow. As long as we stay in her radius, we will be perfectly fine. We'll get healed, and hell, we might get a damage boost or two from that hoe. Depends on if he's feeling up to it. But hey, this guy wants to throw icicles and fucking fight the Star Lord in his ultimate. And not only that, she's standing still while making her an easy target for the Star Lord for him to kill her. But hey, you're right, it's definitely a tank and DPS diff. And these are the type of strategists that makes the good strategists, the open-minded strategists, look bad. So that 9 times out of 10, those type of strategists are the ones that be having these Reddit rants and stuff. The reason why most of the strategists mains on Marvel Rivals and TikTok and social media are doing this now, because they just want the same amount of respect and dedication, just like the other two roles, because there's always going to be a game 90% of the time where people's going to say goated Doctor Strange, or a goated Punisher, or goated the Thing, or goated Venom Spider-Man, etc., etc. But never have I seen a game, and I played I played competitive all the way to Celestial and Celestial 3, High Celestial 3, and never have I had a game where people are complimenting the healers as much as I did. Now, here's the main thing that does give me a huge understanding of why they're ranting, is because everyone think that the strategist could do everything, like tank, DPS, hold their own in 1v1s. You get what I'm talking about, right? Because I get games, and I also play a few strategists under my belt, because I do secondary Invisible Woman. I get games where my strategist will be in the same fucked up situation as I am, because tanks going up, pushing, making space, making sure the front line is secure so that way the DPS can get kills and harass their healers. But guess what? It doesn't mean that's going to stop that their flankers is going to come in our backlines. And here's the thing that be killing me the most, like joked out. When we're getting dived on in the backlines by Black Panther and Magic, or maybe Spider-Man, depending on if he has the Venom ability or not, they'll have the nerve to open their mouth and say, where's our heals? Our healers are terrible, crappy heals, etc., etc. And at the end of the game, or maybe at mid-game, or depending on or at the end of the round, they'll say the most iconic 3-lettered word of all first-person shooter games. GG, no heals. Now, when someone says that to me, I have to put them on blast, because I can tell that these niggas got the awareness of a goddamn bat. Because when you're telling someone GG no heals, that makes no sense, because have you even thought about turning around, looking at us? Seriously, folks, it's not that hard to turn around and look at your healers when we're getting doved on. Like hell, I had one game before we had the Thing, a huge hard counter to Magic and Black Panther. Man did not turn around. That man ran right past us, while the freaking Magic and Black Panther was free to dive me and my Cloak and Dagger, leaving us to die, but they want heals so badly. Well, I'm sorry, I can't give you any heals when I'm getting rammed behind by a Wakandan BBC.
Hey, you having a good time tonight? Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Like seriously, turn around. Protect your healers at all costs. We are the reason why you're able to do this insane stuff. We are the reason why you have the least amount of deaths in the game. We are the reason why you're getting protected by every single ult that they're throwing. Thor ult, Star-Lord ult, Doctor Strange ult, etc. You get what I'm coming from. Why do people have this mentality and this manifestation thinking that every single strategist in the game can do everything? Protect them from flankers, tank damage, not die as much, have immortality. We cannot do that. That is impossible. I'm pretty sure that I can't fight a Venom as freaking Adam Warlock. That is just downright impossible because I cannot do that. I cannot do that. He has more health than me. He has more survivability than me. He has better mobility. So he's gonna take advantage of that. That is just it's end game because that's what you are giving them. You're giving these flank DPS what they want. I know where gonna be that one guy like, oh, well, why don't you switch to a high mobility strategist like I don't know, fucking Rocket? Yeah, and if I do switch to Rocket, then y'all gonna bitch and moan about that, about how I'm on Rocket when there's no heals. And the reason why most of them are playing Rocket nowadays in this meta, because the team just refused to actually look behind and protect us. A wise man once said, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. And here's the thing, and this basically a huge free real estate for the toxic players because they can have a reason to blame you on how it's my fault that the team lost. But instead they don't want to point fingers at themselves and look in the reflection like, is it really my healer's fault that we lost the game? Could it have been me? Maybe I could have done something better. Maybe I could have been protecting my supports instead of just wandering off doing what I wanted to do. Because this is just out of hand. And now the strike is kind of uncalled for, but after hearing what been going on, I mean why they're upset, I can relate. But to some of the strategist mains, y'all gotta realize that not everyone is going to live up to expectations of a good player. We all make mistakes. We all have bad games. We all lose. We all win. We are human beings. That's basically the key of that is basically like the game of life. We win, we lose, we get mad, we get angry, we get happy, we get sad. It's life. It happens. We can't always be perfect. Nobody is perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect player. There's no such thing as the greatest, the person with the undefeated streak. There's no such thing as that. There's gonna come a time where we lose. There's gonna come a time where we win. We can't change that. We're humans. We can't be perfect or throughout the last minute detail. We try. We all try. But people need to understand, those strategists need to understand, like, everyone has a role that makes them happy, that they want to improve on, that makes them, feel confident. We all have those roles and a certain amount of characters that makes us comfortable, that we all enjoy, and what we want to, improve by. We all have that character. We all have that, mindset. Everyone has a different mindset, ambition, and goal. Everyone just needs to not go down this road with rants and stuff because I don't want this game to turn out like Overwatch. This game is perfect. This we got a company that listens to its community. That's a good thing, but that's a slight bad because they can listen too much and that can give us invulnerability because like Overwatch, they listen to the pro players. They didn't listen to players that are low ranked and basically small, like me. They listen to the pro players slash big streamers. Big streamers are basically trying to think that, hey, I'm streaming your game. I'm making money off of your game. So you have to listen to what I say. And some of these big streamers need to be careful what they say because that shit could either get them canceled or it's going to basically backfire and people are going to literally start to hate them and start, y'all gotta be careful what y'all say. And Necros was out of line for saying that shit. He's not wrong. He's not wrong, but he is basically he's right. But in all technicality, he's wrong because he has no right to be saying stuff like that about strategists because strategists go through way worse than a DPS and a Vanguard combined because they gotta put up with everyone's bullshit. They gotta keep everybody up. They gotta worry about not getting taken from behind by a Black Panther and slashed and gashed by a magic and probably not getting hit in the face with web shooters by Spider-Man. So in all technicality, guys, just play what you want and just keep your mouth closed and keep your opinions to yourselves because this shit right here, y'all going down the same dark road as Overwatch. I want this game to succeed and be superior and far better than Overwatch. I don't want a repeat of history again because that shit just is only going to get worse and worse. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like, comment what you think about it, how you guys feel about the strategy strike. Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys want to stay updated with the channel, always keep that subscribe button, hit that bell to stay up to date with the same universe 24/7, 365. Until next time, guys, it's Super Saiyan 30 always say, I will see you guys on the battlefield. See you guys later.